Good morning, children. This one's going to be for all. I say children, I don't mean it as a condescending tone. I mean it. People younger than me, because older people don't listen to me, because to them I'm a child and I don't know anything, as they destroy our country and our government. And you just aren't a team player. Let's talk about misleading job descriptions. And this is going to help you kids, because you're going to graduate and you are going to operate on a legitimate premise. You're going to operate on a logical premise. You're going to apply for jobs, and you're going to look through the job description, and it's going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to program this, you're going to analyze that, you're going to write reports, whatever it is. That's the job description. Now, you are going to naively, though legitimately, believe that what the job description is what you do when you get the job. I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Job descriptions, I'm being serious, about 85-90% of the job descriptions that I read, that I got, versus what the work I actually did, were completely different. Right? And usually the job description is much more pretty and sounds much more interesting and engaging and intelligent and fun than what your real job is. Right? Now, you're going, this will, because no one tells you, I'm the one telling you, no one in your school is going to tell you, no one in your university is going to tell you, your career counselor at the school or your guidance counselor isn't going to tell you, and employers sure as hell ain't going to tell you, but I will, and that is, you will assume that it's bad luck, like, oh, this is just bad luck, that this one job that I got with the job description that was bogus was not the norm. It was the minority of instances. And then you're going to apply for another job. And then you'll find out, you'll get the job. It's not like it was described before. You say, boy, I got bad luck. And then you got to spend another 2 years. Otherwise, you're a job hopper, and we can't have jobs. Why did you hop jobs? I see a lot of job hopping here. Well, HR bitch, it's because all those jobs sucked. They were lying sacks of shit, and that's the truth. That's not my opinion. That's not my personality. That's just true. Who would stay there and get screwed over? All right? So that's why I left, and that's why those companies are... That's an aside. In any case, so you gotta spend another 2 years there because you don't want to be a job hopper, and then you'll finally go to the next job, and this sounds like what I can do. It sounds like, I like this. It would be wonderful if it. And then guess what? You get the job. Oh, it's not what it said in the job description. Okay, it's never going to be what's in the job description. It's all a lie to get you to come in, lower the price that you're willing to work for, and then they got you. All right, and then they'll bitch and whine when you leave or you have low job satisfaction. All right? So here's the general advice, what I'm going to tell you that no one else is going to tell you. I mean, other people will, but you're not going to get it from the system or the matrix. All jobs suck. Okay, there are very, very, very few jobs that are enjoyable. And matter of fact, it is so rare to have a good job that I am completely convinced. Of course, this is my opinion, but for example, a friend of mine, there are a lot of variables and factors that go into getting a job. And a lot of people think, it's a career, or it's money, it's the job duties and all that. But what the most important thing about a job is that you enjoy it or it works. It's not how much money you make. It's not whether you're being challenged or whether the frontier is constantly being pushed. It's whether or not you go there and it's not a batshit insane psycho fest. Like your boss has his or her shit together. They're not liars. They're professionals. That you get along with your employees. And when you find that, hold on to it, man. Hold on to it, because the sanity alone is worth at least 50 grand a year. You could go and risk it, try and find another job out there, and get higher pay. This sounds like even more this better, but it's 99% of the time it's going to be bogus, and that's why this friend that I had she was kind of like, well, maybe I should try something. I'm like, dude, you know what? You've been at that job for 5 years. Your bosses let you come and go as you please. They're one of the rare ones that don't care when you're there, just as long as the work gets done, and they mean it. Like, they back you up on that. They give you raises when they can. You enjoy everybody else's company, blah, blah, blah. That is so rare. For the remainder, though, for the literally 95, but I'd say only 1 in 20 jobs are going to be like that. The remainder, 95%, are just going to be jobs that suck. And the reason why is people suck, including your bosses. So don't think that just because they're older and wiser than you got gray hair, they're somehow better or wiser or smart. They're not. If anything, they're more corrupt, they're more jaded, they're more bitter, and they want you to suffer, and they have no problems lying on the job description. Besides, with unemployment being what it is, thank you, Barack Obama, they own you. They're like the queen bee at the party or whatever. So they can basically lie. If you don't like it, someone else will replace you. Now, what does that translate into for you in terms of actionable items? Well, here's what you do. If I were to do it over again, the second you find out that job description is a lie, you tell them to fuck off. You don't even show up for work. And here's the thing. A lot of people ask for your employment history. Lie your fucking ass off on your resume. Don't tell the truth. Lie. If they're going to lie on the job description, you lie on your resume. All right? I'm not talking embellish. I'm talking a full-out lie. I've even thought about setting up a company. The sole purpose of it would be to provide bogus employment records to HR departments. Like you would want to apply for a job, but your resume, because you're a job hopper, like me and every legitimate, sane, smart, self-respecting person out there, you don't have 10 years experience. Well, shucks howdy, at the Bogus Company Incorporated, you just let us know what you need to have on your resume. Somebody is your designated boss, and you provide us as a oh, great, yeah, oh, God, hate to see him go, but he's moving. Whatever, we come up with something. And you got 10 years experience in the fucking bullshit that the HR ladies want you to have, right? But that's an aside. Getting back to the original point, your goal, what your actionable items, what you should be doing is you should be aiming to get that 1 in 20 job, to get that perfect job, not perfect, but the job that you just get along with. And it's a lot like dating. See, let's apply dating. Right now, employers expect it to be like East Indian arranged marriages. You're lucky to get a spouse, and then we're going to pick your spouse, and now you're going to stay together forever. That's not how you should do it. It should be like the American style of dating. You date a ton of freaking people, find the lay of land, understand just how crappy the quality is out there, and you're like, hey, you're not so bad. You know, you're not somebody that I want to strangle. And that's the one that's your love. That's the one that you marry. So it's the same thing with finding a job. You don't want to, if you find out that you're dating someone and they're psychotic, liars, absolute bullshits, controlling, manipulating, disingenuous, whatever, gone! You're fucking gone! Toodles, bye, go fuck yourself, we're out of here. You keep going and looking for that one. And when you find it, you stick with it. Because that's rare. You're going to go back out and you're not going to fight. You're going to have to go through 19 other jobs to find that one again. So that should be your goal. The second there's any bullshit, and I'm not saying that there isn't going to be problems. I'm not saying that when you start a job there isn't going to be hurdles. I'm not even saying that there's going to be some stuff that's disingenuous and bullshit, like you're going to have to work with some asshole. But if you get along with your boss, you enjoy your work, and they're reasonably honest, that's rare. And that's the one you stick with. Okay, so have don't be so petty and so picky, but at the same time have some self-respect. And most people, I think, don't have a lot of self-respect, especially when looking for jobs, because they need the money, they got to get by. But the second that job description is a lie, if that job description is bullshit, fuck them. You go work a security guard job. You go live on welfare. I mean, there's the other way. All right. 95% of these people that you're going to work for are assholes. They're working hard, they're paying taxes. You want to get back at them? Go live on the government dole. Go live on welfare. Fuck morality. It's too late for that. Society has voted in Barack Obama and socialism. We don't award hard work here anymore. These are the new rules. Forget more. And morality has nothing to do with it. What is practical? Right? So if these guys are giving you shit, if they're lying, you go and you parasite off of them. You make them pay more in taxes. You jack up their taxes. Go on the dole. Go collect food stamps. You know, better yet, if you're smart about it, you get fired and you collect unemployment. Although I don't know how that would work, like if people can look that up, because then, like if you ever applied for another job, but I don't know, some labor person would have to tell me about that. Regardless, ideally, no jobs on your resume. Someone says, how come you haven't had a job in the past year and a half? You say, I've been looking, but I can't find one. Even though you may have 5 or 6 crappy jobs that were fucking you over. You say, to hell with you, I'm gone. They don't know that, and they're going to believe it. There's no way for them to check. They are going to believe that especially in this economy, that you weren't employed. So that's it. That's all I got. You treat your employers like you would a potential date or like a date. They're fucking around with you. They're lying to you. They got drama. They got bullshit. They got an unacceptable problem. You're gone. You get this one life in life. You keep going. You find a job that fits you, that's going to treat you good and treat you well. And you know what? A lot of people say, we need to eat. Yeah, I know. Go on welfare. But if this happens, it's my dream. I know it's never going to happen, but it could. Is if the entire the baby boomers are screwed. They got to work till they're dead. Gen X is screwed because they're finally getting their student loans paid off, but some they're having kids, so they got to go and they got to work. Gen Y and the millennials, or whatever successive generations, you guys you really could pull it off. You could say, you know what, you could work as a union, you could work as a team, and you could go on this generational like strike and say, yeah, you know what, no, you're going to be truthful about the job description, you're going to be truthful about the money and employment prospects, and I'm going to commute from home. Or telecommute. I'm not going to drive if I don't have to. You're going to be very reasonable. You're not going to be reasonable. You're going to be sane. You're going to say, you know what? You don't need to be here to work. You can do it from home. So there you go. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to require the adults to treat you like an adult. That's assuming you're going to act like an adult, which I know many people don't. But and then who's going to balk? The businesses need labor. They do. They need you guys. There's always this lopsided thing. It's always like, I need a job, and they're like these wonderful Lord-like charitable people to grant you this little piecemeal of a job. No, they need you. And I don't know if you've paid attention to companies' financial statements, especially in some of the more corrupted industries. They're not making money. They're still losing it. So I don't know. Unless you want to make $1 billion, I'd say go collect welfare. What the hell? Until they're going to give you a real job and be honest about it. Screw them. That's all I got. Toodles.